live. Hello everyone, welcome back to the Kia Hyundai channel. My name is Gabby.
And I'm Connor.
So you may or may not recognize Connor. He's been in a couple of our videos, and we usually grab Connor when Tim or Pat are away.
I'm the second, third option.
Yeah. No, but we love him. Actually, one of our best performing videos was filmed by Connor, so he's great with the camera. He also does a bunch of other things at our dealerships, because we are a real dealership, like parts, service, detail.
Yeah, do it
Connor's
all.
the go-to guy. He does everything here. Of course, this is a live video, so skip to the 3-ish minute mark to see the actual walk around of the vehicle. I'm going to start off with an introduction and how you can join our live videos if you want to catch one in the future. So we go live every weekday, so Monday through Friday at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you do miss us live, you can always catch them on our YouTube channel. They're posted as regular videos, but here's how you can actually join us. So I'll have Connor grab the camera and flip it. All you have to do is go to the Kia Hyundai channel around 2 p.m. and you'll see under either a live tab or a home tab, we have an upcoming video. Now, if you refresh this at 2 or just after, that upcoming tab will turn into live and we'll be live. So you can click on that, it'll load you into the video. And one of the greatest things, oh, that's one of my favorites. One of the greatest things about doing live videos is you guys can join us and interact with us. So you can ask us questions. If there's anything we may have missed on the car, you can always go back and say, Gabby, show us the wheels again. I want to see the engine, or wherever it may be. And you'll see it's located just on the right over here. So, oh, someone said, can't wait for the first look. I have an SX on pre-order myself. And a fun thing about this car, this is our very first one on the lot. We're super excited, and it's one of our subscribers. So if you're watching this, hello, I was your salesperson, and we're so excited to get this car out to you. It's going all the way to Ottawa. I'll also talk a little bit about the Sportage plug-in hybrid, just because we only have this one here and there's 2 different trim levels. So this is the EX Premium. There's 6 color options. It's showcased in Gravity Gray, but we got Snow White Pearl, Steel Gray, which is more of a silverish gray color, Gravity Gray, which is the charcoal, Black, Dawning Red, and Vesta Blue. Now this isn't going to appear great on our live feed, but once we get these cars in, we'll film all of them for you. You also get the choice of Carmine Red interior on the SX model. Both models share the same 19-inch alloy wheels. And here's where things get fun. So the MSRP of this EX Premium here is $45,595 Canadian. You also qualify for the federal rebate of $5,000. So call that $40,595. Now for the top model, it's $48,995. Not a huge price difference. I will say the EX Premium truly is a premium trim. There's a lot on here that you typically have to go to the highest trim level for on Kia models. You get ventilated seats, panoramic roof, a power liftgate. Some of the main differences will be the premium sound system in the SX, as well as the full digital display for your speedometer and tachometer. As well as you get the 360 camera view and your blind spot monitoring camera, and some parking collision avoidance for the rear, highway drive assist, and projection LED lights. Now you'll still get full LEDs on here. All right. Now let's look at the vehicle. So, Kia Sportage, it has the same body style, same size, same almost everything except for the engine and transmission as our regular gasoline Sportage. So there's a ton of room in here. The styling is so sharp, spot on. Let's talk about the differences. So the first thing is what's under the hood. This is a 1.6 liter turbocharged 4-cylinder engine. You of course also have an electric motor in here. Now this electric motor is going to be bigger than what's in your regular hybrid, and that's going to give you 55 kilometers of all electric range. So you can choose in your main driver sector there if you want your hybrid motor on, so it's going to use your electric motor and your gasoline engine simultaneously, or you can just use straight up EV, or you can let the car decide for you. Now, did I talk about horsepower and torque? No? 261 horsepower, 258 pound-feet of torque, towing capacity is 2,000 pounds, and the combined hybrid range is 6.6 liters on the highway and city, so combined. Now for our headlights, they are full LEDs. Let me turn them on for you. It's better to show you. And you also get LED fog lights. So we'll take a look at those. Super cool boomerang style main daytime running light, oh my gosh. I was about to say daylight savings light. And then our main headlight unit's also an LED, of course. Fog lights are down here, and if you look very, very close, this paint color makes it hide really well. We have our front parking sensors. So especially with a plug-in hybrid, you may be parking in your garage so you can charge it at night. This is great for tight spaces because it'll start beeping once you get too close to something. I absolutely love it. You also have them on the rear as well, so if you're backing up or backing into a parking space, you have that extra safety feature. Also integrated into the front bumper, we have a forward collision radar sensor. So that's going to monitor the distance of the vehicle ahead of you, and you can use that with your smart cruise control. So we'll slow you down, pick you back up to speed. It'll take you all the way up to stop and go traffic. So if you hit the highway and everything comes to a halt, your car will do it for you. It's a very smart vehicle, this one here. Great, great feature to have. For our wheels, they're 19-inch alloys, and these are the same wheels that are on the SX, like I mentioned earlier. Take a look at our fancy mirror over here. So these mirrors aren't power folding, but they are heated, and of course they're power adjustable. We do have an LED turn signal repeater here, so super nice, especially if you're highway driving. And there is blind spot detection on this vehicle, so I'll have Connor flip over to this side and show you what the icon looks like. So it looks like a little caution sign, and that will light up red when there is a vehicle in your blind spot. So if you hit your left turn signal, there's a car in your left blind spot, it will beep at you, telling you not to change lanes. If you still start to veer into that lane, it'll correct you and bring you back to your original starting lane with opposing brake force. So another sort of collision avoidance there. The body lines of the vehicle are fantastic. Your fuel door is located on the left side of the vehicle. Now you do have an icon that shows you this in case you ever forget. It's just regular gasoline, so even though it's a turbocharged engine, Kia only requires regular unleaded fuel. Only premium. And here is the main storage space. So with the Sportage, it's only available as a 5-seater. And if you're comparing the Sorento and the Sportage, this may actually be an advantage. So with this seating configuration, you can comfortably seat 5 people and still have a ton of storage space. Now, if you're looking at the Sorento, to get 5 people in your vehicle, since it's in a captain's chair configuration, you'd have to have one of the rear seats up, and that takes away a lot of cargo space. You can see here, there's so much room. I might do my sit-down test. Oh, there we go. Almost got a concussion, but a fun cushion. Lots of room over here, and then your seats fold down very easily. So I'll have Connor pan in and show you guys the handles right over here. So I just give this a pull. It folds almost completely flat, so if I went to the passenger side, I can actually push it down a little bit more so it locks into place. And then this is a power folding tailgate, so I can press this down, and she closes. There is LED lighting in there, so it's super bright at nighttime. It's always so hard for us to show you during the day because it's so bright in here. And now on the back, you'll see we have some more parking sensors just on your skid plate down here. So it's kind of hidden into the details of the car. Let's be honest, when they first started putting parking sensors into vehicles, they were so ugly. Sometimes you'd have a car with white paint and you'd have these black dots everywhere. It looked like little bullet holes in the car. So it's nice how they kind of hit it into the design of the vehicle. You don't see them, they don't look ugly. Our backup camera is right over here. And you may be thinking, where's your rear wiper? Great question. So it's hidden under the spoiler of the vehicle. Now this not only kind of makes the vehicle look a bit more sleek, a bit more fancy, it also hides it from potential theft, which is a real thing. I've seen them ripped off lots of cars. And also it's just snow, dirt, everything. So it's gonna stay nice up there, no ice storms, don't have to worry about that. On the right side of the vehicle, or the passenger side, we have our charge door. So this is accessed when the vehicle is unlocked. All you do is push into it, it opens, and then you plug it in. With the plug-in hybrid electric vehicle from Kia or Hyundai, you can only do level 1 and level 2 charging, no DC charging with this vehicle, and charge times are only 2 hours when equipped with a level 2 charger, which is what most people install in their garage driveway. So that's gonna be your dryer plug or 240 volt. That's very quick. If you use the charger that the vehicle comes with, I believe it's 11 hours from 15 to 100%, but you can also use that and get away with it, especially if you get home from work, if you use this vehicle mainly for commuting. And that's only for electric range. Keep in mind that with a plug-in hybrid vehicle, you still put gas in it. You'll still have your gasoline or hybrid range in this car. So, super interesting. Has there been any questions yet, Connor, that you've seen? Or they come too fast?
That really sticks out.
Yeah. All right, we'll take a look at the driver's side first. I might have you come here if that's okay. So again, with the EX Premium and how it's very, very premium, we have a power driver's seat. Now that's not too out of the ordinary. But we have lumbar support, and it is a memory seat as well. So if you switch between drivers and you're very different heights, this will change your life. I'll get into this car, select my seat however I like best, even my lumbar support and the way my mirrors are. So how close or how far you want them, and save it to either driver 1 or driver 2. And there you go, you never have to do it again unless you get taller or shorter. Also on the left over here, we have express up and down windows for driver and passenger. And then of course all your other window controls. You got your fancy Sportage door handles. They keep this in all the trim levels. I think they look so cool, but they're still super functional. And then on the left here, we have some more buttons. So this is your brightness adjustment. If you find your clusters a bit too bright for you at nighttime or too dim for you during the day, you can quickly adjust that on the fly. You also have the hold button for your power tailgate. This is great if somebody else is loading stuff into your car for you. First of all, lucky you. You can just press and hold that, it'll open it up or close it. Your gas release is right here, or your fuel door release. So you can quickly press that to open up your gas cap. And that way it's gonna kind of lessen the confusion between which side your fuel door is on versus your charge door. And then our traction control and our electronic parking brake. I'm gonna quickly turn the vehicle on, and it will be in EV mode. So don't worry about emissions right now. For our steering wheel, it's a beautiful leather-wrapped wheel, and this is heated. So one thing I love about Kia and Hyundai is they heat the entire wheel. So if you are driving a vehicle in a climate for somewhere like Canada, where it's freezing cold in the winter and super hot in the summer, it's so nice to have the heated steering wheel because you walk in, your hands are warm, and then you don't have to wear gloves inside the vehicle, so you can actually touch your screens and change things and just be comfortable. On the left side over here, I'll have Connor pan in. We have our Bluetooth and media controls. So I have my voice command here. If my phone's connected, it'll use my Siri, or if I have an Android phone, your Google Assistant. Mode, which will cycle between your different media modes, whether it be Apple CarPlay, Sirius XM, FM, AM radio. You also have a volume adjustment and then a seek knob where you can go to the next song, rewind, go to the last song, whatever you need. And a phone button, so that's going to be to answer the phone. One thing they added that I absolutely love is this little star, because you're such a star. But really, this is an empty button that you can preset to do whatever you like. So a lot of my customers make this the reject or end call button. But if we see through the screen over here, there are so many possibilities. The possibilities are endless. So reject end call is the first suggestion. You can also change hands-free device, privacy mode, voice, memo, home, map. Oh my gosh, there's so many. There's even the PHEV menu. So I'm going to click that, and now I'm going to press the button, and it'll take me to my specialized plug-in hybrid menu. This is going to show me how much EV range I have, the energy information, and where the energy is flowing. So right now the vehicle is on fully, and it's only using power from the battery, so my engine's not on, it's not running. If I was driving and I'm absolutely flooring it on the highway, it's going to show some power coming from the engine, even if I am on EV mode, because it needs a little extra help from the engine to get it going. You can also set your charge management. So here, hydro rates drop in the evening. If you only want your car to start charging at, let's say, 7 or 8 p.m., you can set that, even though if you get home from work at 4 p.m., it'll only start taking power at 7 or 8, whatever you set it to. Great feature to have. A lot of people don't think about that, and then it's hard to remind yourself to go plug it in, right? Now Connor can come and join me in the passenger seat. I'll allow it.
I seen a question come up about maintenance scheduling. As far as I know, the maintenance schedule for oil changes and everything like that is the same?
Yes. So that's a common question we get with our hybrids and plug-in hybrids. Do I have to, because a lot of people know with EVs there's far less maintenance involved, obviously no oil changes, a lot of tire maintenance and brake maintenance. Now you still have an engine in this vehicle, you still need to get oil changes, so that remains the same. Right, Connor?
Yep.
I will say there is less wear and tear on the engine just because you do have an electric motor, so that's an added bonus. Let's head back to our main screen. Of course, we have our beautiful 12.3-inch navigation and Sirius XM display, so this is going to have wired Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, but there's a whole bunch of other features in here. Now you just have to get past the wired part, guys. I know it's hard, but seriously, from someone who has wired CarPlay in her car and has driven a bunch of wireless CarPlays, the connection is so much better. You just have to deal with that cord. Trust me, it's fine. So I just showed you guys the PHEV menu. Now we're going to go to Setup and then go to Vehicle. This is where you can change and adjust all your safety features and even some extra things like your ambient lighting and a little bit of custom stuff. So under driver assistance, you can see your forward safety. This is the forward collision avoidance like I mentioned earlier. If you want it on fully to the point where it'll actually brake for you if it senses the risk. You can also turn it to just be a warning, so it'll give you an audible and visual warning, or you can shut it off completely. And that is one of the beauties of this vehicle. If there's anything you don't like, you can turn it off, and if you have a change of heart, you can always turn it back on. None of this is permanent, and it's super easy to access and change. Lane safety is another one, and this is a hot topic for a lot of our customers. Some people absolutely love the lane safety features, and some people despise them. Here you can adjust, again, if you want it to actually assist you or just provide a warning, or you can do the beautiful shut it off. Now, if you decide on this and then you're on a very long drive, you don't want to scroll through your menus, you do have the button on your steering wheel, this little lane with a steering wheel in the center where you can quickly turn it on or turn it back off. This is going to adjust your steering, so it's not going to take over and Autobots transform and just make your car autonomous, but it will provide some light steering adjustments. So if there was a curve in the road ahead of me, it'll slowly and very, very lightly steer for me. And now if I were to give opposing force, it will still go with what I'm inputting into the steering wheel, so it's not going to completely take over, which is what a lot of people think. Blind spot safety, so that's your blind spot detection, but you also have the added bonus of safe exit assist warning. If you're someone who lives in the city and you frequently parallel park, this vehicle will give you a warning if there's a car coming still from your blind spot, so you don't open your door and, you know, potentially rip your door off or hurt yourself, or scare yourself too if you get a little bit too close. Active assist will actually lock the doors, and then you have your warning and off completely. This vehicle does have your parking sensors, like I mentioned earlier, but it also does have the option to brake for you. So it'll give you an emergency brake if the risk of cross traffic comes. So what cross traffic is let's say you're at a mall or somewhere busy and there's two cars parked beside you. You may not see a car coming up from behind you. This car will see it, it'll warn you, and if you don't do anything, it'll brake for you. I've used it and we've done a video using a car and a pedestrian. It really works. It's a little scary when it happens, but it definitely works. One thing that makes this EX Premium different from the SX, like I mentioned earlier, is we have our 4.2 digital cluster. So this part is digital. Even though this looks digital, you can't actually change this. So it doesn't change when you can't play around with it too much. You can change the color of it, but that's about it. And of course it moves when you increase speed or rev your engine. But this is where you can actually cycle through the menus in this main 4.2-inch display here. So you can see your range at the top, you can see the car is still in shipping mode, we literally just got it. Your range, your gasoline, drive info, refueling, accumulated info, and idle mode, so what mode the vehicle's in. If you did have a route set in your navigation, this will show you your turn-by-turn, which is pretty handy. And then our all-wheel drive traction control. So all hybrid and plug-in hybrid Sportages in Canada do come with all-wheel drive, and then tire pressure monitors, of course. You can also see your engine temperature. Now this will be the same on both the plug-in hybrid SX and EX Premium. Here we have our transmission control. So this is called a shift-by-wire. It's super easy to use. You do have to engage your brake, of course, and then you turn it to drive, of course, to drive, neutral, and reverse. Now when you're done driving, you press the P in the center, and that is your park. Your start or stop for your engine's right over here. I gotta be honest, they introduced this with the 2023 Sportage gasoline, and I'm still not used to it. Every time I get into one, I reach over here because that's where it is in all our other cars. I mean, it's still nice, but I'm just totally not used to it. Over here is where things get a little bit more fun. So we have our downhill brake assist right over there. Auto hold, which holds you at a complete stop until you hit the gas. EV and HEV, so this is of course exclusive to the plug-in hybrid. I can press this and you'll see on our screen over here, it'll be either automatic mode, hybrid mode, and you'll hear our engine turn over, or electric mode. All right, we're gonna turn it back on again in electric mode. In the center over here, we have our drive mode select. So once I put in a sport, it'll probably turn the engine back on, but we have 3 different options. So right up here, you can see Eco, oh, I don't know if you can see, Sport, and then Smart, and that's gonna change the way the vehicle performs. So if I gotta go fast, whether it's to pass someone on the highway or to get onto the highway, Sport mode's a great option. Your vehicle will hold a rev a little bit higher, your throttle is gonna be a bit more touchy, your steering's gonna be a bit more stiff. It's a lot of fun, and the best part is this vehicle will still be pretty efficient. Smart mode will adapt to whatever we're doing, so if I'm just taking it easy in the city, it'll primarily be in eco mode, and then if I do give it gas, it'll switch into sport as needed. Now when I press this down, this is where things get even more fun. It lights up and it goes into terrain mode. Now terrain mode gives you 3 more options. So on your screen we see snow, mud, and sand. And this is going to change your all-wheel drive torque distribution. It's going to change your braking, of course, your electronic stability control. It's just going to give you optimal traction in those conditions. I have used snow on the Sportage Hybrid without snow tires, and that was on a pretty snowy day, and this car really hugs the road. It has It performs great in the snow, I will say. I mean, I wasn't driving in a field, like a snowful field. It was the road, but it was snowing very heavy. Parking sensors here. This is great if you decide to put a bike rack or something on your car, or you just hate the sound of the parking sensors. You can quickly turn them off, and then you can view your parking camera at any point. So if you're just parked, you can see exactly what's behind you. If there was something obstructing the sensors, it will show off here, either in the front or the back, wherever the object is. And then over here we have our heated seats and our ventilated seats. So 3 different levels of ventilation, 3 different levels of heat. So you can get comfy, cozy. Heated steering wheel again, of course, and then same thing for a passenger. Up front over here, we have our wireless phone charger, a USB in the center, a 12-volt on the left, and then a USB-C on the right. This is great because a lot of newer phones come with USB-Cs instead of USBs now. That charges way faster than a regular USB would, by the way, too, so really, really nice to have. Your interior lights are LEDs, so super bright. And time for the showstopper, the beautiful panoramic sunroof. So extends all the way to the back of the vehicle. That means even your rear passengers can get a beautiful view of what's outside. Of course, you don't have to have it open if you don't want. And you do have a power cover. So you close this and it's, what sunroof? This car doesn't have a sunroof. It's beautiful. Now we'll turn it off and we'll take a look in the back seats. Perfect. There we go. So right now the seats are fully erect. I'm just going to recline mine a little bit to get more comfortable. They fold in a 60-40 split, so right now I'm on the 40 side. In the center you do get a cup holder and an armrest, just like that. Super, super comfy. And the seats themselves are heated, so I'll have Connor quickly pan over to where our window control is, and you'll see our heated seat button. So it's just going to be your main left and right seat. But still, 2 different levels, your passengers are gonna love you. There's ample room here, so this is how I would normally sit while driving, and I'm 5'3" for reference. I don't like to sit too close to the wheel either, but you can see knee room. There's tons of knee room. There is room under the seat for your feet, so if you do have larger feet, you got lots of room. And then the backs of the seats do have pockets, a little hook, a USB-C charger, so of course for driver and passenger. And then the very back of the headrest doubles as a hanger, so you can hang your bags here, groceries, jackets, whatever you need. Super functional. They made a great use of the space for sure. There's tons of room over here. I'll even sit in the center seat to show you guys. I might recline them a little bit though, because it is at an awkward height. There we go. I'm super comfy. Headroom-wise, a lot of people are concerned with sunroofs because they do generally take up a little bit more of your headroom. I got lots of room. I'm pretty comfy. Connor's like, yeah, she looks comfy. Connor, do you want to sit in the Sportage?
Sure.
To show what someone taller looks like in here?
So I'm about 5'10", about 5'9" and 3/4, but we'll round up.
We'll round
and
up. And you're wearing a hat.
I could sit comfortably back here, and this seat's actually back a little bit more as well.
Yeah.
So.
That's how you would sit if you were a passenger?
Yeah.
Yeah. So super, super nice. I do love the black accents on the vehicle as well. The plug-in hybrid Sorrento stuck to like a chrome accent type look. And I don't know how much I love that, but the dark looks really, really nice. Our lights turned off. Connor's like, what? We got motion sensor lights here, and when we're in the car, there's no motion, right? So hopefully our lights come back on. There we go. Let there be lights. Okay. So now we'll answer some of your guys' questions. Connor, do you want to stick around for some questions?
I do have to run.
Oh.
I got to get back to the parts department. Maybe I can ask a couple. What time are we at here?
It is 2:24.
Okay, I got a few minutes.
Okay. I don't know why my screen's not mirroring anymore, but give me a second, guys. Can you show the gas and plug-in ports? Yes, we did earlier in the video, but I'll quickly show you guys again. Let's see if I can flip this. So for your plug-in port, this only opens if the vehicle's unlocked. And then once you do have your cable plugged in and you lock your vehicle, no one can come and take it out. So you don't have to worry about someone stopping your charge. You can see it's equipped for AC charging. Plug this back in. And I'll plug it back in, put it back in. And then your gas door right over here. So it looks like just a regular gasoline cap. There we go. And that's also locked when the vehicle's locked. But it does have a fuel door release by the driver's side knee. All right, back to answering some questions. So the 5K comes off the MSRP before the taxes are added. No, unfortunately, that's not how it works. I was just making a joke. Let's see. Can you show the gas? Oh, I just did that and I just read that too. It would be a nice one to live to meet the whole team. It would be nice. And one live to meet the whole team. Oh my gosh.
That would be nice, yeah.
Yeah, I think we should do it. The only part is the Wi-Fi drastically changes throughout the dealership. So I'm scared we'll go to the service department and the quality will just drop. It'd be so bad. What's a reasonable time to delivery these days? For the plug-in hybrids, I'm going to say probably a good over a year. We expected to see this vehicle much earlier. I didn't think plug-in hybrids were going to take so long, and then we got one. So it's hard to tell these days. 5K. What about the Carnival? The Carnival is over a year for sure as well. Any word on the Hyundai Tucson PHEV? So I don't have any Hyundai Tucson information just because I don't have access to their systems. However, Mike will be here tomorrow. We can ask him if he has any updates. Which model and trim come with auto closing mirrors? So none of them actually. None of the Sportages from the bottom to the top to gasoline to hybrid to plug-in hybrid have power folding mirrors. And it's just the style of mirror that they did. They kind of did almost a flag style. They don't fold in. You can manually fold them, but you can't power fold them. Where can we buy an amazing Kia cap like that one, Connor?
Actually, if you come into our dealership, I'll give you one. Come up to the parts counter and ask for one, and I'll give you one.
You guys got to make the trip over to Brantford. It's worth the trip. You don't need to buy a car. You just got to get a hat. Let's see. Any idea when the SX PHEV models will hit Ontario? I've heard that Ontario hasn't received any at all. So this is the first one we received. We're in Ontario, so they are arriving much later than we thought, but they are slowly
Mm-hmm.
trickling in. This one is going to a subscriber and a customer of mine. Better keep your promise. That's
Absolutely.
He's a man of his word.
If you come in and say, hey, I watched the live video, I want a hat, I will 100% give you one. Yeah. And I think we still got pink ones left too. The only color we don't have is blue.
Yeah, but so we don't have pink in like the new.
True. Yeah,
logo,
it'd be the old logo.
Yeah.
But yeah, we got tons of hats for you. Yeah.
Hi team, this is my first choice PHEV. How far will it go with gas and electric? So on full electric, it'll go 55 kilometers. We haven't fueled this one up yet. So this one, I think, only has 60 kilometers of gasoline range in it right now. I will report back. We literally just unpacked this, I think, an hour ago. Okay. So we were peeling the stickers off an hour ago. Let's see. What is the air coefficient of the hybrid CD value?
That's a great question, Tom.
Fortunately, I don't have that answer.
I can't tell you that one.
Not off the top of my head, at least. I'm going to scroll up a little bit just to see what we missed earlier in the live. Bulletin Blair said, I'm deadlocked on whether I should order a 2023 Soul EX Premium or a Nero PHEV. Anyone here have either? I would say go with the PHEV for sure. 100%. Hey, y'all, I'm having a very rough day right now. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Do y'all mind hanging pride flags in the garage to show support for the trans and LGBTQ community? Seeing that even in this war of human rights that people still support is awesome. Thank y'all. I'm sure we could probably get that somewhere over here. Happy Passover Day. Happy Passover Day, guys. Gravity Gray looks so nice. I totally agree. The Gravity Gray is stunning. And I will say, it's one of the paints that hide dirt, dust, scratches, everything the best. This and the Steel Gray are fantastic. Why do we say Sportage and the Americans say Sportage?
I don't know. That's a good question.
Yeah, a lot of people, when we first started filming, they'd be like, you guys say it wrong. We just say it differently. And almost every single dealer in Canada says it like this. Yeah. So it must just be a Canadian thing. We're more civilized, someone said. Can you convert that to miles per gallons for me? Not off the top of my head.
My conversion calculator is kind of messing up in my head right now.
Yeah, it's not working right now. I can leave it as a comment once this video is posted. Do the daylights continue to work when the daylight savings time is over? That is a great question. We're gonna have to find out next November. I don't know. How long ago did you order? Oh, that's a conversation. I love knowing which cars could fit a whole body. Extremely helpful. I'm just trying to help you guys out. It's what I do here. It ain't much, but it's honest work. Let's see. Wiper theft. Guys, it's a real thing. Right? Have you not seen some older cars traded in and it looks like the wiper was ripped off?
Yeah, I've had a few people come in, yeah.
Is this the first PHEV you guys have received? Yes, it is. Connor, does the PHEV have the same maintenance? Oh, you answered that when we were in the car.
That one. And actually, I think someone chimed in that the interval is actually different. So that's something I didn't know either. I think someone said it was up to 10,000, but they had recommended 6. But I think someone also commented that, so we might see that here.
6 is always recommended, and 10,000 is like,
yeah,
you can do it.
It also depends on what type of climate you're looking at.
Yeah.
On the owner's manual, there's actually 2 different.
Extreme, right?
Yeah, there's an extreme
regular.
climate, which we technically live in, and then if you're living in California, they're pretty much warm all year round.
Who's the biggest, Sportage or Sorento? So the Sorento is a bit bigger than this vehicle. It also comes standard with 6 seats. You can't get a 5-seater in the plug-in hybrid. Kia Connect in some cases. Oh, I don't know what's going on there. It does have Kia Connect though. Let's see. Hi, Gabby. I'm watching from Dubai. Ooh, how is Dubai? I am quite jealous. I think, oh, why does it keep turning off? I'm so sorry, guys. The live stream keeps disappearing from our, like was it AirDrop? Or
AirPlay?
Or AirPlay, yeah. It just keeps disconnecting. So I guess you could look here. Battery recharges a smaller amount like a regular hybrid, even if you don't plug it in. It's very, very small, so it's not going to give you back 10 kilometers of range, all electric range, that's for sure. But when you're braking or just coasting, it will slowly charge up your battery a little bit. Let's see. For around town where most driving happens, the PHEV gives you electric range so you don't burn any gas spring, summer, fall. HEV is a bit better on the highway. Yeah, so higher speeds or just higher demand, especially if it's super, super cold, you're blasting your heat, it is going to use the engine a little bit to warm it up. Okay, depends. If you can charge at home, the PHEV is better. And in Canada, PHEV gets the $5,000 federal rebate, so it might be cheaper than the hybrid to buy. Yes, so when pricing, let's say this vehicle and a regular hybrid Sportage, they come very, very close. But then again, it may not be worth it to spend the extra dollars on a plug-in hybrid for someone who lives in an apartment and does not get access to a charger because they won't make up the savings for them. Now, if you do have a home or somewhere where you can charge it, even if it's at work, it can definitely save you some money. Let's see. I ordered a Sportage PHEV in Brantford back in October. Any idea when I might see that? Would I be able to get an EV6 faster? So I'd say you probably get this for sure faster, but I would say it's probably about a year. So this customer ordered much, much earlier. It also depends what color you got, and if you did get an SX trim, if you got colored interior, we haven't seen very many, for the hybrid at least, come in with the Carmine Red. So it's a bit rarer. Hi, Gabby. Any idea on Kia Stinger Tribute wait times? So for the Tribute, it's not an ordered vehicle. We can't place orders for customers, so there's no set timeline. I don't know when they're going to start being released to dealerships or if we'll even get one. I'm pretty sure we will, but there's no timeline on them yet. Hopefully soon, though. I'm dying to see that car.
And isn't that the last Stinger?
Yeah, it's the very last one. So they did a new paint color. It's a matte paint, like a almost caramel brown interior. It looks really good. It's really, really nice looking. How many PHEVs are you expecting this year, you think? I have no idea. That's a question that's good for Pat because he is our dealer principal. I know we're getting 2 of them, so obviously this one, and we're getting an SX, I believe, coming in shortly. Of course, they're all sold units. We've been taking orders for a while now, but
Now, I've seen someone ask if the rear floor is flat.
it just has a little hump in the middle, a short one.
Yeah.
We can show it. Sorry.
Just a small little bump.
Yeah, it's barely noticeable on camera, but it's not too high up that if you do have a passenger sitting in the middle that they're kind of hunched over. So it's pretty comfy. Someone said, can you tell us about country India? And if you mean any sort of Availability in India, I honestly have no idea, guys. We barely know what's going on here in Ontario for our cars. If you ask me what I know in general about India, you guys got great food.
Yeah, true, true.
I never been, so I've never actually seen it, I guess, myself.
I went to an Indian restaurant on Friday.
Woo!
There you go.
Connor, you're so well versed in the Indian culture. Let's see. Hey, Gabby, who's this cap guy?
I'm Connor.
Connor, he works here. He does everything here.
The cap guy.
Parts, service, detail, videos.
That's pretty much it. Yeah.
Everything.
I just don't sell the cars.
Yes.
That's the last thing I got to do. So maybe next year I'll do that.
Okay, let's see. Do you think the sizes of SUVs for Kia are getting too similar and big, aka current Gen Sportage similar size to the previous Gen Sorento? I don't think they're getting too big, because they're, of course, retaining fuel efficiency. I think everyone wants a bigger SUV now.
True.
No one wants to drive smaller cars anymore, right?
And we also have the Seltos too, so if you want something a little bit smaller, but
yeah, we definitely have a vehicle for every size and every need. But I guess the modern family typically wants a bigger SUV, right?
True.
I will say the way they build their vehicles, someone who's not that tall, I do find them very easy to drive, and there's no real blind spots for me, and everything's pretty open. The abundance of safety features also help as well. Let's see. Are those the Sportage GT line rims? So we don't get a Sportage GT line. I think that's an American trim. They might be the same. They're 19-inch alloys. They got some black accents, some aluminum accents. They look very, very good. All right. I think we're going to end off today's live video. Connor has to get back to work, and I have to do some research to answer some of your guys' questions. Now, if you are live right now, please give us a like, or if you're watching this in the future, please. We do plan on doing some more videos with this vehicle, and then, of course, any other plug-in hybrids that do come in. This was just our very first. And then I should also mention, we got a boatload of cars last week over the long weekend, so we got to unwrap those. I mean, I guess I can show you guys. They literally just came in, so they're still wrapped in plastic. Have to go through the shop. Here's an EV6 here, a Kia Soul there, still got plastic on it. So once we get these all done up, they'll be going live, and then we'll still be doing our Hyundai lives, of course. So like, comment, subscribe. If you like Connor's hat, like, comment, subscribe.
Come and get one?
Come and get one, yeah, if you're in Brantford. And hopefully we'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye-bye.